Today we are catching up with Dan from CrossFit Iska. He's just started with us at Gym Grow and we're going to see how he's getting on so far. He's just launched his first ad campaign. Let's dig in.
We put the ad out and had like a ridiculous amount of responses from the ad, like so good. But I was like, I ain't got time to get back to all these people. And at the first as well, I hadn't gone on and sorted the calendar very well. So like I blocked out some time in the calendar, not really thinking about like, oh, someone could book in at the start of that time frame and the end of it, and then it doesn't give me any time in the middle of it to be doing other things or whatever else. Like I'll just be kind of sat around waiting. And so like the first few days were literally like me just with meeting after meeting after meeting with new person or sitting around waiting for another meeting.
So having that planning in place so that you're not doing a consult here and then the consult.
Literally, so then we started to get the hang of that and sort that. So that was great because you know it freed it up a little bit, but there was still like loads of meetings to be had. And yet as all these meetings were happening, nobody was signing up, like a single person. And
so like destroying that as well, isn't it?
And it was like, literally like I don't know what we're doing wrong. And like, you know, I think you'd said about some sales stuff, and I was like, and I said to Michael, I was like, I've heard Emily, who's the other girl that works for me, that like heard her meetings and she is like bang on. I think I'm doing a pretty good job as well. And yet we're just not quite getting anybody to sign up there and then.
So what changed with that? How did you fix that?
I think it was just the timing, mate. I think the ones that were keen from the early meetings just wanted to wait until closer to the time.
Okay.
Because we then got in contact with them like later on with like a week to go. And because they like a lot of them had said, yeah, I'm really keen. But I don't want to sign up, but I just don't want to sign up now. Like I want to go away, have a think about it, whatever else. And then again, it was like trying to touch base with them here and there where I could, but because I was so busy, I couldn't. It wasn't like I could do like the next day or whatever else. Then I'd like had a couple that were like, oh yeah, really keen, but can you just get back to me on this day? And I was like, oh yeah, classic, fobbing me off here. Get back to them on that day, and they actually did sign up.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
And it literally was, mate. It was so weird. So there was loads of those, and then there was also just like, I guess as we got towards the end of it, I think people then, like I say, like when we did get back in contact, a few people that were on the fence were like, oh fuck it, I'll just do it. And then the other people that were coming into the meetings like later on, they just seemed more keen, really. Like it was like, right, it's starting literally Monday coming. Do you want to sign up now? And I guess that because it was starting there and then, they were like, yeah, okay, let's get
in. Yeah. Because how many signups have you got to your first?
I think we ended up with 16. It might have been 15, but it's somewhere around 16, 15.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I am so happy with it. From like literally with a week to go, I had none. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. A week to go, I had none, and I was like, I think I said to Michael, I was like, mate, what am I going to do if there's one person? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I think as well, there's definitely a skill and a confidence that comes with doing more consultations. I think no one is good at it at the start. I wasn't good at it, and then after doing hundreds, if not thousands now of those consultations that you're doing at your gym, which I did at Hotbox, like you do become a lot better and skilled at like asking for payment there and then and saying, hey, this isn't an option moving forward. Like we need to sort this now, and creating that urgency to get them signed up. But to get 16 signed up on your first intake is huge compared to how many members on average were you signing up before we started?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you. It'd be really hit and miss, ad hoc, dependent on, you know, dependent on the month. Like I'm absolutely over the moon with it. I just checked that it's 15. I'm absolutely over the moon with 15 having signed up. And I think, and I don't know for sure, I said this to Michael, but we actually had in September, yeah, it must have been September. We actually also had about 16 to 18, I think it is, other people sign up to the gym that just came straight into memberships. Like they'd done a bit of CrossFit before.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it was literally like, maybe, I don't know if they'd seen the ad, because we haven't done any other paid ads or anything. I don't know if it just came up on their feed and they were like, right, now's the time, or if it just happened to be chance coming down to uni again, which has just started, which a few of them have done, or whatever it might be. But yeah, I mean, in the last month, the revenue has just like gone through the roof, which is incredible. Like it's massively taken off a big stress that was starting to really set in when I was like, oh my God, you know, we weren't in a bad place, but it was like, right, if this beginner thing doesn't work, where do we go next?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And it is exactly like you say, you're, let's say, 20 to 30 members away from being in a completely different position financially, because it's another 3 to 4K a month recurring revenue. That's another staff member. That's covering your overheads or taking more money out of the business. And I think for a lot of gym owners, they get stuck in that mindset of like, we're at this position and there's no hope to get out of it, and it is fucking stressful. Like it's like you've got no one to, like, if it doesn't work, like what do you do?
Yeah, exactly. I think then you end up just kind of being a little bit in the rabbit wheel. It's like, you know, the hamster wheel, sorry, where you're like literally like, well, I'm just gonna keep running around this wheel doing what I do now and hope that one day something just changes, and it's not going to unless you change it.
Yeah. I love the saying that with the same input, you shouldn't expect any different output.
Yeah, exactly. And that, you know, that is why I wanted to work with you guys, because I knew that, you know, as good as the gym was going, and it was going just fine. Do you know what I mean? It was, but in order for me to progress it, I had to do something. And you know, we've started that with this beginners thing, and it's great now to be able to use that and see that and implement. Oh my God, what was that? Implement that, like, again, you know, in a few months' time and everything else. But I'm also now like excited to, like, with Michael this week, we just started talking about basically my time.
Yeah,
that's been one of the things, right? It's like, you know, because that's one of the things I signed up to. When I said to him, I was like, when we had like no sign-ups, I was like, mate, I signed up to this to like get myself more time.
Yeah,
and like, you're just making me more work.
Yeah.
And at the moment, nobody else is signing up.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like, I think it was last week, he just turned around to me and went, Dan, I hate to say it, but I told you so. And I was like, yeah, no, hold my hands up, you did. But that's one of the things now, like you say, like when you add 20, 30 members, that revenue comes in, and then, you know, I still don't know exactly yet. I need to just kind of let this month fully go through to look at the numbers. But like, then it's like you say, right, now you're potentially another staff member. And now that means my time is freed up because I could get another full-time member of staff on, and like progressing it that way.
100%. And that's why we're so big on getting people signed up into commitment periods, because without that in place, yes, we've signed up 20 people in the last month, but then what's keeping them long term? Like, are they going to be here in January? And it's like, if you then hired someone, now you've got an even steeper overhead. It's like, we need to hold on to these people. Whereas if we really do a good job now in this beginners program to onboard them, integrate them, and keep them long term and sign them up into a 12-month agreement, you know that money is paying for a staff member for the next 12 months.
Yeah, no, I definitely see that and understand that. I think, again, like with the staff members, it's something we touched on last week. I think we're going to touch over this week as well. Like, at the moment, I'm far too much of like, because I'm still in a way like learning to do it myself.
Yeah.
And like, because I am so busy, it's like I don't necessarily have a full routine of jobs outside of my coaching. So it's like, I'll think of something, I'll do it. I'll think of something, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And like, that's like, so I've got Emily, who now, like, she's been employed for a month now, and like, she's having a fucking right jolly up, because like, realistically, she's doing not a lot. You know, she's doing PTs and all that money comes into the gym. She does online programming, all that money comes into the gym. But like, there are plenty of hours in the day that she's contracted for that she's just sat around. Like, sometimes I'm sat around, but like, I could be getting her to do things. And like, that's somewhere where I'm like not very good at seeing, understanding, planning, and like putting that into place. Because again, when we talk then, like, you know, ideal world, we get another member of staff. Then once we've got 2 others plus me, that's going to really free me up. But I need to give them stuff to be doing to make their value, you know, worth it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's super important that we have like systems in place for them to follow. So literally like, written out procedures, and I'm sure Michael's going to go through this with you. How we look at it from the Gym Grow perspective is like, we need to get the members in to begin with. We need to get the cash flow coming in, and use that to employ the staff to do your job for you. But of course, with the initial staff member that you've got now, Emily, like definitely want to be utilizing all of her time to make sure that you're getting the most out of her, and that she's also bringing in the biggest return on investment from her time.
Yeah,
that's massive, and having it really clearly systemized, so she's got something to follow, and she's got a clear KPI and metric on her head, so she knows if I do this thing, well, Dan's going to be happy because it's improved my scorecard in sense. And we've probably not even got to that yet, because how far are we in? Like,
no, we are, not that far really. And yeah, we haven't got to that yet, but that is the next point, and I'm super excited to get to that stuff, because like, again, as much as the marketing and stuff like that is a work on for me, like I've never managed anybody before or anything like that. And like I say, like I kind of fell into a head coach role in a gym that like basically the owner wasn't anything to do with CrossFit and didn't really know what he was doing, to just let me do it. So I, again, just cracked on and did it as and when I did it. Then I owned a gym, and like, I've never been in a place where you like have all these systems.
Yeah.
I'm like just making it up as I go along. And now I'm like, right, I now need her to do stuff. I need to like put whatever goes on in here on a daily basis on some paper.
Yeah.
Give it to her to then do it.
100%. That's the thing, is it, Dan, right? Like, no one teaches you business. When you set up a business, the same for me when I set up Hotbox. I was like, sat there like day one after opening, like, what the fuck do I do? Like, there's no, like, unless you pay someone to learn how they've done it, which I now do. I'm paying for coaches, you're paying for us, like, to learn how they do it, just like you would a CrossFit coach to learn CrossFit. Like, there really is no like business university other than just learn from people who've done it.
Yeah, literally, mate, literally. And like, that is the thing, like, is in order to progress, like, that's what you got to do, right? Like, the amount of gyms that are out there that might just tick by, or they go on for a little while, and then the owner gets a bit like, I can't be asked to do this anymore because it's taken all my hours and I've hardly seen any money back, and probably need to actually go and do something else now.
Yeah,
it's like, that's not what I want this to be for me. I love coaching, and I want to be in there coaching most days, not quite every day, but most days. And I love doing that, and I love being about the gym. But like, I want it to grow to something that had other members of staff, that if I want to go and take a 2-week holiday, I'm not fussed to do it. Whereas like right now, I'm going away for to 3 days this weekend, and unfortunately so is Emily at the same time, which is my fault. But anyway, but like, we haven't got any like other full-time members of staff. It's all like ad hoc coaches. And so like, I'm just relying on people to ad hoc coach, and that's, it looks like it's actually worked out okay. But it's stressful. Stressful to be like, right, I'm going away, who can do it, rather than be like, I'm going away, now it's your job, I pay you to do this, you do it.
100%. And I think, like we spoke in our first conversation, your goal of having more time and freedom to do what you want and get back stuck into training and stuff like that. Hopefully, can you see the pathway now to, yes, one, generating the revenue with the systems that we're implementing that have come in really well for this first intake, but then moving forward, how we can use that to employ people to free up your time to then.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think to begin with, because of the like increased workload, and then like, I mean, there's still stuff now. Like that's just reminded me, like stuff with the website. I literally haven't had time to look at it. It's like things sending through like stage 3 of the website, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, right, I've got other things to do. Which just reminded me, I'll try and get her to that this weekend whilst I'm away. But like, because it was such an increased workload, and then it was like, at the time, it wasn't paying anything back, and everything that me and Michael were doing was this beginners thing. And I get why, because obviously that was going to start to generate some revenue and everything. But because there wasn't any coming in, and I'm like seeing this Facebook ad taking 40 quid out of my account every time I blink, and I'm like, right, okay, what hang on a minute, like, what else is there to this? And then it's really nice to have like, now the beginners thing is started, and regardless of if we got 15 signed up or 8 signed up, like, I'd have been happy with 8, to be honest with you. But now we've got that started, to now like go like, right, now we're going to just deviate this way and start to talk about how we can manage Emily better, and do that. Now it's really starting to come together for me. Because for a while I literally was just like, I don't see how this is making me more time.
You're like, I'm doing more work.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Maybe we're getting more people in the door. but I'm still going to be working more. I've got more clients to
Yeah,
serve.
exactly. Kind of exactly that, right? It's like, yeah, brilliant. I've got more members, but more members now just mean that I've got more people to be dealing with.
Yeah.
It does it all and everything else. And like I say, it's not until the end of this month has come round and I've seen the gym revenue. And I mean, if we can hold anything like the revenue for that we've hit this month for 12 months.
Well, 100. Not only that, we want to surpass.
Well, yeah, and keep going, mate. I like honestly, like that will like change my life like so much. Like I'm sure you know it from your history. Like when you open the gym and stuff, like you take minimal money, you take minimal salary, you work for fuck all the time.
Literally.
And I've done that for the last 3 years. And still now, like I'm not taking a lot. Like there's more in there, but I'm trying to be like conservative. But having seen that this month and seen it all come in, it's like, Jesus Christ, if I times that number there by 12, that's increased our revenue in a year by like a mental amount.
Yeah, it is massive. It is absolutely huge. The most we've done with one gym is 70K added within one marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. It's 2 full-time members of staff in one month worth of advertising.
Yeah, I honestly could see, I mean, I think, and I could be wrong, I'm just going to do a quick calculation now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, to be honest, mate, like mine could even end up more than that. Like, it could even end up more than that.
And the whole
obviously go on.
Yeah, and the whole thing now is the second sale is yes, we've got them signed up to your intro program, the onboarding. Like the most important thing now is that, which I'm sure you will, because you're almost like a coach first, right? Like you've come in with the experience you have within CrossFit and training, and obviously the business side is what you're learning. Now that you've got these guys in the door and you deliver an exceptional service, you give great coaching to them and make them feel part of the community, and we get them signed up long term, and you've got that money banked now, then it's like, cool, we know the revenue is going to stick at this and they're all in contracts. Let's do the same next month. And it's just like a step thing every single month.
Yeah.
Let's build on it,
bumping up. Yeah, no, exactly. Like I said, I think I said to you before, I've definitely said to Michael, like I'm super confident in like our product and what we do. Like we have a great gym. We are surrounded by like so many amazing people. Emily's an unbelievable coach. I seemingly get on all right with people. Like and the other ad hoc coaches I have are also brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, so we have a really good base there. And like, you know, there's a few ideas of like, you know, just touching the touch points with the newbies, like checking in and stuff like that. I've set up a WhatsApp group with us all in. So like me and the other girl that are coaching the beginners are jumping in there every few days. And like, you can see, I took a class last night, mate. And literally we finished this class and I was just like, I'm now going to be super surprised if any of these people don't join.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they were so into what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know? Like they were bought in. They were like, literally, we are now week 2, they're session 3. And some of them hadn't been to every session. One of the guys was on his first session and he was like supporting this guy doing thrusters, like, come on, double one more. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And he was like, because he missed the class, so I did say I could fit him into another one. And he was like, handstand push-ups. You get people to do handstand push-ups. I was like, yeah. He's like, right, can I do that one? And I was like, right, you are down.
Yeah.
Like, all these people now, you can see it in them. You can see that by showing them that care, by giving them the text after the class, by making them a part of a group, like, you know, they are enjoying it, and they are likely, because of the service you are providing, to then look at joining. And I think we're onto a good thing with a lot of these 15 that we can get then across to signing up.
100%. And I think the way it's structured with what you've mentioned there, like having it as a group of completely new beginners, they form a relationship between themselves as beginners. And then by the end of the program, they want to stick around because their friends are joining, and it's like that herd effect to get more and more people involved. Whereas the old school way of doing it, which is like, come down for a free trial session and you get thrown into a CrossFit class and there's like a heavy barbell and someone's never done it before, and you're like, oh, I don't know about this. And it can put people off. And usually it's a free trial, so there's a lot less buy-in. There's like, it's a lot harder to like create a system and follow up after certain sessions because you don't know what session they're on or how many times they've been before, etc. Whereas having this in place where it's like they all start on the same day, they've all got set sessions to come to, like this is what we found the most success with, and what you're seeing now as
Yeah,
well.
mate, I definitely am. And like you say, it is that. I think through this, I've also probably had my eyes opened a little bit to how scary CrossFit is for people.
Yeah, that was
Like,
so
and we spoke before, like, think like naturally, like obviously I've come from a professional sport background, and then like I've done sport all my life. So to me, going to a gym is like relatively normal.
yeah, same.
Lifting a weight, if I don't know exactly how to do it, I'll just watch someone do it a little bit and then I'll copy them and I'll be close enough, like it'll be decent enough.
Literally.
Whereas like so many people are so petrified of it all.
Yeah, just stepping foot in a gym.
Yeah.
Just literally walk through the door.
And like it took, and it wasn't, you know, it was before the first meetings I realized. It was when we started setting this up and talking with Michael, and I was like, this is just giving them psychological safety.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are giving them psychological safety to be like, look, everybody else within the room that's going to be there now is going to be just like you.
Yeah.
We're not going to have done it. We're not going to know what we're doing. And like, yeah, it's so then nice to see, like, you know, yesterday we did some push press and we're starting off. I was like, if you want to, there's no pressure to. If you want to add weight to your empty bar, you can.
Yeah.
And on this, we're sharing bars. I was like, and on that, just because so and so does in your group doesn't mean you have to. It's individual and everything going through it with them. And then they're like chatting to each other, like, oh, should we put Bill on? Yeah, and then, oh yeah, should we put Bill? And it's like, yes, like this is so cool. Rather than, like you say, walking into a normal class on a free trial session, going in, ending up getting partnered with the only person that's like willing to kind of talk to you or the same height as you, who's lifting 30 kilos more than you.
Yeah.
And because they don't really understand, going, you doing this weight? And you're like, no, I've never done this before. Just give me the empty bar. You know, and it's been so good for me to understand that and see that. And then also, like, I think the way in which you then approach that, I think as a coach, can be so different.
Yeah.
You know, like I think at times it's, as a coach, like, and I've managed to get plenty of beginners. We built a good member base, but I think like at times I have taken for granted what naturally comes natural for me.
Yeah.
And I'm watching someone that can't do it, and I'm like, is this person a fucking retard? Like, what? It's just a dumbbell snatch. Just throw the dumbbell above your head. And they just can't, like, and now it's like, right, okay, let's literally, like, some people just they may have never picked up a dumbbell before.
Yeah.
And so, like, just being a little bit more understanding of that and starting at that level.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, okay, if they look at you like, yeah, I know what a dumbbell is, like, it's okay, then you can quickly, like, start to take the other steps rather than start up here and then be like getting frustrated because they don't know what a head of a dumbbell is.
Yeah. It's so funny. I had the exact same realization because I've come from a sport background like you. Gyms are just really regular. I've always been to a gym, always been around a gym. And then you think of someone like not even being worried to like step foot through the door. You're like, it's just that confirmation bias. It's like, I don't think like that. Why would anyone else think
yeah, literally.
And then you realize that, like, actually, if you had to draw a radius around ISCA of all the general population that could join your gym, like the percentage of them that actually feel confident going to a gym is so small. Like the people that actually just go to a gym is a small percentage. Never mind, you feel confident. Like it's a very, like, if we can open that market to the wider population and then be accessible to anyone, well, of course, you're gonna get more members and more people interested in health and fitness and going to the gym.
Yeah, no, I think it's been absolutely brilliant. I really do. On that, like, and I've been interested in, I mean, I'm sure you do know, but it might be too much to go into. But I was, so like, I've been really interested to know what, like, how did the Facebook ad target the right people?
Yeah. So we set a location radius around ISCA, so it will only go to people who can like physically get to ISCA. Because if we were too far away, then there's no point. Like
absolutely.
And then we also segregate it men's and women's. So we'll target men between a certain age and women between a certain age who are most likely to turn up to ISCA. And then following that, we can add like detailed targeting. So we can give them like hobbies or things that they're into, etc., into Facebook. But to be honest, the AI with Facebook has gotten to such a good point. The more data that we give it, the more money we spend on ads, the more it learns. So the more, if we keep the targeting as open as possible, it will actually find the right people. But we do have obviously a hard stop on the location, and age range, because they are like our prime demographic. That's
Yeah.
the area. That's essentially how it works. The biggest thing with Facebook ads is, one, the offer, because anyone can put media in front of someone. It doesn't mean that they're going to sign up, and the follow up and the system behind it, like the funnel behind it. I'm in London at the minute, and I can see lots of gym ads come up because I'm always looking at gyms on my Instagram and stuff. And so many CrossFit gyms have advert to a free trial, and then it's onto like the WOD board page, book your class, and they're just going to be losing so many people, because unless you're confident at CrossFit, or you're just not going to jump into like a CrossFit session or a weightlifting session, and like that's what they're offering. And there's just so many gyms that aren't appealing to the general population, which is most of the population.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've actually seen and listened to a couple of bits on, like, I think it's your Instagram of exactly what you're talking about there, is in like, you know, what is your ad and how you're doing it is so important, like, because again, like, it is that whole thing, like you say, like if they're just going to go into a normal class, that's so scary. Like, so scary.
Yeah.
Like, you know, having something that is literally going to lit the customer journey of like, here's an ad, right? Now you're going to meet to somebody and speak to them. So then it becomes personable. It's not just whatever else, like through the meetings and stuff like that. And you're going to chat, and through that, like, they're starting to get hooked. Then it's like, you know, well, everybody else in there is going to be just like you. Okay. And then all of a sudden that that customer journey comes from seeing an ad on Facebook to member for 5 years and is now doing ring muscle ups and all the rest of it.
Literally, yeah. And the other thing is the buy-in from the customer. Like, there needs to be some form of commitment. It needs to be a paid trial, because if it's not, and if it's completely free, like, there's no qualification to them then signing up to your monthly membership. Like, people will just take the piss. Like, they will just use it for a free service, and then
it's funny, actually. I've always tried where I could to stay away from free trials as well, because we got a guy at the gym who's done all our website previously, he works in marketing, not in, obviously nothing to do with gyms or anything like that, but he's worked within marketing, he's got his marketing business, and he said exactly the same. He was like, you know, you're offering, and this was way back along, he was like, you're offering free trials, but like, why would you commit to something that's free? Firstly, a 1 session free trial, like, you're never gonna experience it properly, so like, that's already you're losing.
Give
them a week's free trial, they're still not experiencing it properly. You're better off, and before, we've always done like a reduced amount for a month. So it might, you know, whatever, it might be half price for a month or whatever, because then he's like, people putting monetary value towards it, they will turn up and have to do it, and then you're getting people that aren't going to take the piss. They're generally interested, really interested, and then they're going to be there long enough to actually experience what you're doing. But this, and then the beginners, is like just a better way of doing it. It's just
100%. And covering because I'm also not a fan of like the half price months, because again, you're going to get people that can't actually afford your full-term membership. Way better off charging the price of your monthly cost, because then at least you know that this person is qualified to then pay your monthly cost moving forward. Otherwise, you spend the entire month with them going through all the ins and outs of training and give them such an amazing service, and then realize at the end of it, like, they just weren't the right client.
No, I agree, mate. I'm totally bought into this beginners thing for sure.
And then what is the long-term goal for you then, Dan? Where do you see yourself in the next 12 months? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we were kind of talking about a little bit about this on last Thursday with Michael. Like, I guess my goal is to try and reduce some of my coaching hours. I do 3, 6, 9, 17 hours ish coaching on the floor a week at the moment, of which Monday to Thursday is 6 a.m. start. So like, every day is me getting up at the crack of dawn. And I think within 12 months, I'd like to just reduce that down a little bit, not necessarily fully, because like I say, I do love coaching. So like, I want to be on the floor still. I want to be doing it. But in order to do that, I think I'm going to need another member of staff. So like, at some point, getting another member of staff that is able to take some of those, but also then, like we talked about before, working out systems and everything in place that Emily and whoever else this person is can kind of push the business forward in their ways, whilst I can push it forward in other ways and manage, and then, you know, basically live a lovely life, which is what everyone wants, right? Like, you know, I want to, and it's funny actually, Michael said to me, this is what we're going to go through. He's like, I want you to write down this week all the shit things that you did, all the shit things that you don't want to do anymore. Write them down, because we're not going to do them anymore. We're going to get Emily to do them.
Literally.
But that is the thing, like, and that's where I just want to start getting to the point where, you know, within 12 months, one, I can take a good salary, because it's been a long time that I haven't been able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's money, there's plenty of money still in the business that I feel that's safe, but that I'm able to be, you know, have a good salary that I'm able to just go and be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go and do this. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go and do that. And then just down my coaching hours just slightly. It only might be another, you know, 3 hours or so, but just slightly, so that I can just start to then have a bit more of a, I say a social life, but it's not necessarily a social life. It's just more of a bit more like relaxed.
Yeah. No, I fully get that.
You know, yesterday I've worked Monday morning, I've trained, had lunch, done some admin stuff throughout the day, done some programming, trained again. I've then gone home, short sauna, shower, eaten my dinner, gone back to the gym, because I take the beginners then in the evening, taken the beginners, then literally come home, gone to bed, woken up, coached this morning, trained, gone home, had lunch, quick nap on a Tuesday if I can get it in. Had this meeting, but then after this, I'm straight back to the gym, coach 3 more hours.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, I'm up. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like,
yeah,
it is, like I said earlier, that hamster wheel of like,
yeah. And this is literally the life of most gym owners. And they just repeat this. And like we said at the start, if you don't change the input, don't expect a different output.
Yeah.
And they're stuck in this cycle. And of course, the goal for us now is, yes, we've got more revenue coming in, and we're building this to get people predictably every single month. Like when we can sign 15 people up every single month to the beginners program and get them converted, we can start upping that revenue month on month, and then implementing the system so you can buy back your time.
Yeah.
And you're out of this hamster wheel, and you're able
to. I honestly, like I say, I think, to begin with, it was like, yeah, I'm really excited for this, really excited. This is going to be great. And then it was like, hang on, this is making me more work, not less. How am I getting back my time? And then it was like, especially as no one's signing up. But now I'm like, nah, now I see it.
Yeah.
You know, now I really do see it. I can see where it's going. I can see how it's changing. And yeah, I can see the kind of path to get in there. And like, again, it's like, you know, you say, like, you guys have done it. And obviously you're now coaching people on how to do it. And that is like, that's one of the hardest bits, right? Is when you get to these areas that you're like, right, okay, I'm at this point, I've got this much money and I'm here. Where do I go now? It's like, well, actually, that's exactly what you guys are there for. It's like, you know, okay, this is where we go now. Okay, now we're here. We've hit a roadblock there. That's fine. This happened for us. Right. And it's like, yeah, we work together to work that out. So yeah, I've got to say, mate, I was skeptical for a little while over the first few weeks of these meetings and stuff. But yeah, I certainly now am fully bought back into what we're doing.
I appreciate that. Awesome. Yeah, no, I love to see it. And I'm excited to see where you're going to be at in the next 6 months. Never mind.
Yeah, mate, so am I, to be honest with you. Like, this is 1 month. And like I say, the revenue this month, and like, don't get me wrong. Like I say, I've employed Emily and that she wasn't employed. She wasn't employed up until September. So like, she had a good PT business, self-employed. All of that money's coming to the gym now. All of my PT, I'm actually putting through the books of the gym rather than just sliding some cash in. And any online programming we're both doing is going there, plus all these beginners, plus the other signups that we've got. You know, if this can continue, which is obviously the goal, and build from, like, I'm super, super excited to see where it can go and how much it can build. Because, you know, I was at one point when I bought out the other 2 owners in June or whenever it was, was a little bit like, okay, this is great, but like, in order to grow, am I going to need to go and get another unit? Because I don't know how, like, another bigger unit, because I don't know. I just couldn't work out how to hit the sort of revenue I've hit this month.
Yeah.
In this place. And now it's actually like, well, actually, no, you know, if we need a bigger unit in time, then yeah, we look at that. But like, we've already hit this. There's already still spaces in class. You know, there's potential in time with another member of staff. You put more classes on.
100%.
There's so much scope to where we are, and, you know, making a very good living out of what we're doing in exactly the same place as we are. So yeah, I'm really excited, mate. Really excited.
I'm buzzing for you. I'm super excited to see where we get to. What would you recommend a friend to Gym Grow? What would you say to someone thinking about starting a Gym Grow?
Oh, mate. What would I say to a friend? I would say absolutely give it a go. Firstly, the guarantee of whatever I can't remember what it was, but that you're going to work with me until we've made that money back together in revenue, and like that's in itself shows how confident you are in what you do. But then it's the literal like business tutorage. Like I said before just a minute ago, it's okay, yeah, we've encountered this problem. Guess what? We've encountered this problem hundreds of times, whether it be at Hotbox or whether it be with other units and gyms that we've run with before, and like we know what to do when that happens. Or like Michael said to me, just keep going, don't worry, they'll come. And I'm like, no, they won't, and they did. And then it's like once you've hit these points, they'll then start to direct you in a way that then is going to grow your business in the next step. So that's been like one of the biggest things for me as well, is we started with this way to increase the revenue. Right now we've increased the revenue and we're still working on that, but we're also going to now start to have a look at how we're going to manage people. And if we can manage people well and it keeps increasing, that's buying back my time. And if I've got more time, then that's going to be brilliant for my future. I would 100% without fail recommend Gym Grow. I had my doubts, like I say, when we got a few weeks in, and it did feel like a lot of work at first, for someone that is so busy. But I think nothing good ever comes easy, right? You've got to put in a bit of work to begin with, and if you put in that work to begin with, then the rewards will come, because the systems that you guys have got are in place. They're trusted, they're proven, and yeah, they work.
Dan, I massively appreciate you, and I'm really excited to see where we're going to get to in the next few months.
Nah, you're absolute legend. Like I say, mate, I'm so glad that I've taken took that step whenever it was. Feels like bloody years ago now. Honestly, mate, whenever it was that we first had that first meeting, I was keen then, and I'm still and I still know there's so much more.
Thing. Just getting started.
I know we're literally just touching the surface right now, and I'm already like so excited and so buzzing with things. I'm super excited with where this is going to go and how it can go and how it can continue to improve the gym and my life financially, but also too, which is a massive thing for me, is it's meaning that we're reaching more people are getting the benefit of what we do. So like to me, that's why I got into this. I didn't get into this to be driving Ferraris around, lovely, but that's not why I got into it. I got into it because I love helping people, and I think that's again one of the things from the beginners. You got like, I've had class of 14 last night, puppies looking at me like, what do I do? And then you finish the session, they've all got these beaming smiles, and they're just like, and I'm like, right, everyone give each other high fives, and they're all going around like high fiving each other. You're just like, I've made a difference today.
Yeah, that is what it's about. That's actually what it's about.
Yeah. And it's like 14 people that would have been 6 weeks ago way too scared to step foot in here, and now walking around here high-fiving each other because they've just had a good session.
Yeah.
It's mega.
Yeah. Because ultimately that is why we're all gym owners in the first place. It's like the power of health and fitness, like the power of training. I know that I've not met one gym owner who it hasn't changed their life. It's changed everyone's life, like, because
exactly.
It brings. So yeah, I fully agree, and I love to see that, and I can't wait for you to get 100 more.
Yeah, mate, I'm buzzing. I really am. I'm super excited. And yeah, to keep taking these steps and keep moving it forward.
Yeah, let's go.
Love it, mate. Love it.
Right, great to catch up, and let's keep touching base, because I'm excited to see.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. I've got a chat with Michael tomorrow, but yeah, I'm sure we'll keep touch, and a few weeks we'll have a call again, see where we're at then.
Yeah, let's do it. Awesome.
Lovely.
Great
Good to see you, mate.
See you in a bit. Bye. So amazing to catch up with Dan there. He's absolutely killing it. He's only just launched his first beginners program with us. He's signed up 15 people. As you can see, he's over the moon, as are we. We can't wait to see where he's going to be at in the next 6 to 12 months. Buying back his time, employing the right people to build the business for him, and get more people into health and fitness like we've just explained. If you want help growing your gym from someone who's actually done it before, click the link below and book a call in my calendar where I'll audit your business to see how I can help. And as a minimum, you're going to walk away with some tangible steps to grow the revenue of your gym and get more people involved in fitness.